Here's my recipe for a very healthy and very nourishing Ukrainian-style borscht. So you're going to start by peeling 4 small or 2 to 3 large beets, and then 1 to 2 parsnips depending on their size, and 2 to 3 large carrots, and then you're going to chop all of those to bite-sized pieces. Next, you're going to fill a large pot about halfway with water, and then you want to put about a teaspoon of salt in there and get that going to a boil. And while you're waiting for that, it's always good to chop everything else up. I really like to have everything ready to go and not feel like I'm panicking while I'm cooking. I would chop my purple cabbage. I usually use about half a head, and then 1 yellow onion, a ton of fresh garlic, and I also added a little bit of fresh ginger and some jalapeno because I like some heat and some spice, and I think it really balances a lot of the flavor. Once your water is close to boiling, you can go ahead and add your beets, and then once it's boiled, you want to go ahead and lower the heat to a medium-low and cook those on their own in there for about 10 to 15 minutes. Next, you're going to add your carrots, potatoes, parsnips, onion, garlic, and 3 or 4 bay leaves. And then cook that for about 15 minutes, basically until the vegetables feel a little tender. Next, you're gonna add tomato paste. If you're doing a regular sized can, you can use the whole thing. I like the tube because I end up using usually about half of it. Go ahead and stir that until it's all dissolved. Next, you're going to add chopped up kale and cabbage. Once that's in there, you want to lower the heat to a simmer. And you can simmer for a while, at least 5 minutes. You want the greens to be tender, but I like a soup that's been sitting and really getting all the flavors in there. So that's usually when I'll shower and get all the beet juice off my hands. But basically while it's simmering and once the greens are tender at some point, and then of course salt and pepper, and I really like red pepper flakes as well. If it, for some reason, is still tasting a little too sweet, again, you can add more lemon. But once everything feels ready and you're happy with how all the flavors balance, you're gonna wanna go ahead and serve it with either a dollop of regular organic sour cream, or if you wanna keep the recipe vegan, there's plenty of vegan alternatives out there, and then a sprinkle of chopped fresh dill on top. I like to serve this with garlic bread. The one here is roasted garlic bulbs on a gluten-free focaccia bread. And if you feel like, you could have red wine, although if you're detoxing, I highly recommend just a nice sparkling water. And if you have any questions, please reach out.